Hi everyone, I'm Teleshia, and today I'm going to show you how to make orange chicken. It's a very simple recipe and it can possibly be very quick and easy. You just got to follow all the steps and everything will come out delicious. What we're first going to do, we need to get all of our materials together. Our measuring spoons, measuring cups, which we already have our measured out flour. You'll need a knife, a spoon, a cutting board to put the finished product, or not a cutting board, but a cookie sheet to put the finished product on, a cutting board, and a skillet filled about 1/4 to halfway full. We never want to fill the cooking vessel all the way up because we all know what happens when you fill the cooking vessel too high. When the oil gets hot, you put the food item in there and the oil expands. So if it's too full, it's going to just explode all over the stove, and we don't want a grease fire. So only fill it to about 1/4 to halfway full, just to make sure you have enough oil to cover what you're cooking. And we will also need a pot to put the sauce in, which is going to cover the chicken. Okay, so for ingredients, what we have for the batter, we have flour, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. And the combination of baking powder and baking soda is going to create a batter that is light and airy. If you do not have right offhand baking soda and baking powder, what you can do is flour, salt, and carbonated water such as tonic water or club soda. That will take the place of the baking powder and baking soda. Okay, so what we're going to do first is get all of this out of the way and bring our cutting board to us. And what we need to do is make sure that we have something under the cutting board so it doesn't move, because if we do not have this under the cutting board, it's going to move everywhere. So what we need to do, and you can buy this stuff at the Dollar General or wherever the case may be. So what we have here is one raw chicken breast, okay, and we're going to take this and cut it into strips. So it's going to be approximately bite-sized pieces. So we make 3 cuts lengthwise, and we take each of those cuts and cut them into bite-sized pieces, approximately 1 inch by 1 inch. So we're going to do each of these like this, and we always want to keep our fingers tucked under because we don't need any accidents, because I'm sure you need all of your fingers. Okay, just going to continue. If you do want to, you can trim off the fat from the chicken, but some people think it gives more flavor. I don't mind it myself. Okay, so now that we have all of our chicken in bite-sized pieces, we're going to put it back into the bowl. Okay, we just want to make sure that it's prepared and ready when we need it. And remember, always when we are cooking with poultry, whether it's turkey or chicken or ground turkey or chicken, we always want to wash our hands and wash our knife and the cutting board, because I don't know about you, but I don't want a case of salmonella. I've never had it, and I don't want to feel it. All right, nice and clean. So now what we're going to do is make our batter for our chicken. So we have a bowl here. So we take our flour. This is approximately a little bit less than 1 cup but depending on how many people you are feeding, it's basically going to determine how many or how much of each ingredient you're going to need. So what I have here is 1 cup of flour. Dump that in. I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now what we do with our handy dandy measuring cup, we come over here, put some water into the measuring cup. We'll start out with about 1 cup. Alright, so now what we're going to do is as we pour in the water, we're going to whisk until it comes to the consistency of about a pancake batter. That's the consistency that we want and need, so it will hold on to the chicken when you put it in there. So we're just gonna get this all in there and then a little bit more water. And just mix it around until it all gets incorporated. And again, I like my batter to be about the same consistency of a semi-loose pancake batter. Alright, so that is good for me. This is how I like it to be. And you see as you pull the whisk up, you get a ribbon effect. And you also see that air has been incorporated into the batter also because you're using a whisk. Okay, so now we're finished with the whisk and the measuring cups. So now we are ready to batter our chicken. And what you're going to do is have your oil heating up at medium-high heat. That way your oil will be nice and hot when you're ready for it. And the way that you can test and see if your oil is hot is you can take a wooden spoon. You can take a wooden spoon and put the end of it in. And if it starts to fry up like that, bubble up, you know your oil is ready. If you don't have a wooden spoon, you could take maybe a green onion or a sort of vegetable. Just make sure it's not frozen because we don't want water to get into the oil, because that's also going to cause the oil to blow up, and we just don't want that. So now that our oil is ready, we're ready to dredge our chicken and put it into the oil. Alright, so let's take this over here. Alright, so we're going to put each piece of chicken into the batter, as so. And we don't necessarily need to season the chicken before we put it into the batter, because this delicious sauce that we're going to put over it is going to make it so sweet and flavorful that it's just going to be to die for. Okay, and we all know that our hands are our best tools, so use them. Just make sure you wash them first. Okay, so now what we need, when it's dredged like this, we'll put it into the oil. But what we do before we drop it into the oil is hold it there for about 30 seconds just to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Because even though we have this amount of oil in the pan, it's still possibly that it will stick to the bottom, just like this. So hold it and then drop it, each one. And you see how it just bubbles up? Hold it, drop it. Hold it, drop it. So I'm just going to continue to hold and drop the rest of the pieces of chicken. And you're going to notice that it's going to brown up fairly quickly. And so basically, we just need to make sure that the chicken is all the way done inside the batter. Even though it's browning up so quickly, it's not going to burn. But we're going to make sure we have nice and fluffy pieces of chicken, nice fluffy and crispy pieces of chicken. Okay. Okay. So now for the rest of our ingredients. Let's turn the chicken over. And the chicken to be done on the inside. Alright, that's looking good. So we're just going to leave that for a couple of more minutes. Okay, so for the rest of our ingredients, we have orange marmalade, and we have Catalina dressing, we have red pepper flake, and we have Worcestershire sauce. We take the Catalina dressing, pour it in the bowl, and for the recipe, you'll need approximately 1 16-ounce bottle of Catalina dressing. You'll need 1 cup of orange marmalade, which is approximately about half of the bottle that you receive at the store. We're just going to put all of this in there. All right. We have 1 teaspoon, depending on how hot you like the orange chicken or sweet and sour chicken to be. I like it a little bit more on the hot side, so I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes or 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. So we're going to put all of that in there and just whisk it up to incorporate all of it. That chicken is really frying away over there. Sounds like it's going to be pretty tasty. Okay, so with the mixture of Catalina dressing, orange marmalade, red pepper flake, and Worcestershire sauce, we're going to put it into a pot and allow it to reduce and cook together until it comes to this consistency. I already have some prepared. And what we want is a very thick consistency, because it's going to coat the chicken and become very nice and delicious. So we're going to check on our chicken, and our chicken should be about done now. And just in case you don't know if the chicken is done or whatever the case may be, what you can do is you can take out 1 piece of chicken and listen to this crunch. Alright, so now the chicken is nice and white and juicy on the inside, and we have the nice fluffy crust on the outside of the chicken. That looks delicious to me, looks nice and done. So let's go ahead and remove all of the chicken from the grease. As we can go ahead and just put it directly into the pot with the sauce, because you're going to roll the chicken into the sauce. Okay, so let's go ahead and put all of the pieces of chicken in there. You can start the sauce before you begin cooking the chicken. If not, you can put the chicken off to the side and then put the sauce all together. It doesn't take long either way it goes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to coat all of the chicken with the sauce that we have prepared. Doesn't that just look awesome? Okay, so now that we have the chicken coated with the sauce, what we're going to do, I have some white rice that I've already prepared, and I'm just microwaving it to warm it up. I don't know about you, but I don't like cold rice. I just love cooking, and this chicken is so awesome. I came up with this dish because I just wanted to make something different, something out of the ordinary. And I said, I want some sweet and sour chicken. That's what I want, and that's what I'm gonna make. So, as we all know, we can find anything on the internet. So I found this recipe on the internet, and I just tweaked it a little bit and came up with the sweet and sour orange marmalade chicken, and it's so awesome. Just wait till this rice warms up. It It should be about warm now. Okay, so we have the nice white rice. Okay, so we're going to take our rice here, nice fluffy white rice, and put a big mound of it on our plate. I love rice, so we're going to take a big mound of the rice, and we're going to put a nice heaping of our chicken right on top of the rice, the sauce and all. Okay, so now what I like to do, because I like spicy things, I like to go ahead and just put a few more red pepper flakes on, just like that. And there you have orange chicken with white rice. Thank you for watching, and let's see how we did. This is delicious. I hope you try it, and thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.
Maine Street Media!
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Hey, I'm Heather from Maine Street Media. I'm Yana.
Maine Street Media.
There we go.
Carry on. Booyah! I'm on rail. EXT. Pow!
Hi, I'm Terry Devon, and this is Maine Street.
Wait, okay. So, this is Rosie Evans, and we are tuned into